feeling like I'm Akademiks.
Serial hater, Ebro. I've told you, it's. I think the position Ebro holds in hip hop, he shouldn't have that much opinion about music. Honestly, I don't think it's fair because Ebro takes his personal biases and he uses a position in the company, which is Apple Music. By the way, if you don't know, he's a global head of hip hop. I want to highlight that. Global head of hip hop, Apple Music. That person is Ebro Darden, okay? Now, here's the thing. Shout out to my man Carl Cherry over at Spotify. He's a editorial guy that is kind of like in charge of most of their music playlists. That's my guy. He realizes having that power where these artists do rely on Spotify and Apple Music, he needs to be neutral and impartial. He needs to remove his personal feelings out of things, and he needs to do his fucking job. It's Spotify's playlist, not Carl Cherry's playlist. He understands that. The thing with Ebro is that Ebro believes that because they have empowered him as the global head of hip-hop, it's his show. So it's not Apple Music's view of hip-hop. It's his view of hip-hop. And I've always thought that's just very wrong for a company of that size and magnitude in the music game to be thinking like that. So basically, what am I saying? If Ebro don't like you as a musician, you're fucked. He's not platforming your music. He's not going to put your music across. If he doesn't respect you, he's not going to. No, he's personally using this to push what he likes. And Apple Music is supporting this. Now, during the battle, Kendrick and Drake, Ebro referred to Drake as a cancer. He referred to him as a cancer. Okay? He says he's a sickness. Listen to this.
Not that important. Kendrick, the reason Drake's in this is because he is a sickness in the game.
Now, remember what I just said about the global head of hip-hop? If the global head of hip-hop at pretty much the biggest DSP, we don't know their full numbers, but it's Apple, my nigga. Apple Music, the guy who runs and directs where hip-hop, how it's seen, how it will be promoted on the platform, how it will live. If that person thinks what the fans are saying is the biggest rapper, Drake, is a sickness to hip-hop, what do you think that manifests to? I don't want to answer that question. That might be above my pay grade, but you guys could surely speculate. When the person that they have given global head of hip-hop is saying that this guy is a sickness to hip-hop, what do you think his powers is? What do you think he could do? I don't want to speculate. Nevertheless, his opinions and his, complete unilateral support for anyone who's going against Drake, i.e. Kendrick, has been pronounced. He's not ashamed to say it. And people haven't really taken him to task. Not necessarily that he can't have an opinion, is that he's doing this while he's in this position. If he wasn't in this position, nobody would care. Because his voice isn't that loud. However, the position that he has is that important. I've said previously when he tried to take me to task, I don't want to go back and forth with somebody who has that much power in the game. We've had words here or there. We did run into each other at Barclays. And the conversation was, I seen him. I'm like, what up, nigga? He said, what up? We're media personalities. Nobody, I'm not slapping nobody. He ain't doing nothing. I don't know if he might say that to the public because a lot of these guys act like they're tough guys. And they usually say, oh, we'll never see you. Well, we saw each other. I said, what up? He said, what up? He walked past. That's it. Cool. Now, this idea that he doesn't like Drake or, he has this particular view of what that entails. It culminated, and let me see if I could find it. Ebro, I think he had some opinions about Drake, and let me see if I could find what these opinions were. And Bass actually spoke out about it. This was his opinion.
I'm not even talking about certain people. I'm talking about Drake. I'm not talking about people who are fans. I'm talking about studied craftsmen who are great at contributing and understand what this hip hop shit has been since its
conception.
Yes. Like, I'm not just talking about rando fans on the internet, bro. Listen, a lot of these fans and a lot of people on the internet, y'all don't even love hip hop like that. You're just fans of an individual. We are having hip hop conversation about something that has literally saved our lives, put food on people's plate.
I want to cut this off. And I know I interrupt a lot when I'm, speaking about any topic, but I do want to point this out because there's a growing discussion and nobody's talking about it. There's a push by a lot of old heads, antiquated media, and irrelevant niggas who claim they're media to try to equate Drake fans as non-hip hop fans. Let me just say this again. There is a push by a lot of old heads, irrelevant niggas, bums, and wannabe actually influential voices that would want to say Drake fans aren't fans of the culture or music of hip hop. They're just fans of Drake. Now, I don't know why they start and stop with Drake, because what happens is they'll admit that Drake and what he does at certain times, whether it's a timestamp record or whatever, or when he gets in his rapping bag, he's absolutely an MC. And yes, some of his work does influence what they believe is the culture or conversation around MCing and this and third, but they usually dismiss the large fan base that Drake has because they're saying those people, they don't have they don't have any type of care about the culture or the music. They only care about Drake. Now, the reason why I say I don't know why they started to stop with Drake, because here's the thing. I wouldn't say Travis Scott fans aren't fans of hip hop. The thing is, the problem with people like Ebro is for you to be a fan of hip hop, you have to be a fan of these antiquated people or people of these super puristic, like, wait, you don't like an Alchemist beat? You don't like hip hop? Wait, you don't know a Pharoah Monch album? You don't like hip hop? You don't know this Talib Kweli? No. They create this idea of what hip hop is. It's a snobby way to dismiss folks. Here's my thing. The hip hop that they care about, fans of Future don't give a fuck about, but they wouldn't ever say that to Future because Future's fans is niggas. They wouldn't ever say this to Young Thug because most niggas who like and listen to Young Thug don't know half of the shit they're talking about. They stick only with Drake. Why? Drake is biracial. Drake has a large fan base that also involves R&B people or R&B fans, women, non-black or non-ethnic people, and they try to sum up the entire fan base to say Drake fans aren't hip-hop fans. This has to be dealt with and discussed because it couldn't be further from the truth. This is a way they ignore and avoid conversations. They avoid being wrong on multiple aspects because they don't want to talk about, they're going to be like, oh, it's just Drake fans. Drake fans aren't fans of hip-hop. How not? I went to a Kendrick concert. I showed y'all the crowd. There's a bunch of people in there that just wanted to hear Luther or wanted to hear some mainstream record or maybe just Not Like Us. They're not a fan of, but every artist, once you get so big, part of a segment of your population or audience only fucks with you in terms of the genre, but the majority, if you came up through rap, fuck with you and the genre. The mere fact that people like Ebro would like to oust only Drake. It's only Drake they say it about. Oh, Drake's fans aren't hip-hop. They don't like hip-hop. They only like Drake. Sounds like you don't want to have the conversation, but I'll rewind a little bit and let it play.
Like, I'm not just talking about rando fans on the internet, bro. Listen, a lot of these fans and a lot of people on the internet, y'all don't even love hip-hop like that. You're just fans of an individual. We are having hip-hop conversation about something that has literally saved our lives, put food on people's plates and is a culture that has been an inclusive culture of all different types of ideas and music and expression and all of these things. So I'm not even talking about certain people. I'm talking about Drake. I'm not talking about people who are fans. Okay. I'm talking.
All right. Then there's another clip.
For fucking 50 years, man, or plus. Right. Like, we're talking about something that we love and care about. I'm not just talking about comments and fans and fucking trolls and all this other bots and all this other stupid ass shit. We're talking about fucking, and even during the whole rollout. Yeah. And I hate going back to the beef, but guess who keeps bringing the fucking beef up? Who said we wasn't gonna be talking about this summer, but guess what the fuck we're talking about, man? So we're not supposed to bring that up either?
That's another thing I don't like about these guys. The DJ heads of the world, the Elliot Wilsons of the world, and Elliot, I don't have a problem with you, by the way. And because I'm mentioning among names I don't like. What do you call it again? The Ebros of the world. Last year y'all told us Drake was a cancer and a sickness, and y'all were happy that someone else won, and someone else was the new king of hip hop. Yet y'all can't stop talking about the loser's moves. Who gives a fuck if Drake wants to keep focus on it? Y'all said he's irrelevant. Y'all said his reign is over. It seems like y'all are on his dick. Because here's the thing. Go focus on whatever the fuck Kendrick got going on. Or go focus on this Raekwon or Ray Sean or Ray Lawn beef. Go do that. But y'all don't. Y'all said the nigga got killed. Y'all said he lost the battle. Then y'all are obsessed with him. So it's like he won the battle. Okay, all right, Drake's a so-called loser. Yes, he's sulking. Let him sulk. Why don't you focus on the winner? The reality is this. The reason why Drake can't lose not the battle, but the war, is because y'all niggas in hip-hop media have nothing else to talk about unless Drake give you a duck lip photo to criticize, give you a canceled tour or a canceled couple of dates that y'all could say he's flopping, drop a new song that you could say is whack or hot, or does something that you think is goofy and you're going to comment on. You live on Drake. The idea of everything y'all have said, why do you give a fuck? If you say he's a sickness to hip-hop, why do you give a fuck about what he does? Let me tell you this. You never get to number one in entertainment without your haters being your biggest supporters. These niggas claim Drake lost, but care so much about what he does. Who have you heard say this the most? He need to take a year off. He need to take a year off. He need to take a year off. He need to take... Why are you so focused on him? I don't see his fans saying that. His fans want more music. The people who like him ain't complaining. It's the people who claim they don't like him or claim he's a cancer. The problem here is this. All of these guys, they like to point the finger, whether at Drake or whatever. We're all in media. At the end of the day, one of the reasons why Drake is always good for the ecosystem, Drake gives us shit to talk about. Your favorite artist, he doesn't give you enough music. He doesn't give you enough drama. He doesn't give you clickbait shit. He don't give you enough shit to talk about, clearly. Because after he disappears and he goes on tour, you stop talking about him. You then start getting on the guy who lost the beef, and now you're mad at him because he's still talking about the beef. Why don't you say, what is the winner doing? Huh? The real reason why Drake won't lose the war is because the people who campaigned against his loss and demise can't seem to find anyone else to replace their insatiable appetite to create headlines, clicks, and conversation pieces. We're going to talk about Drake no matter what. Yo, this last song, is it popping or not? Nah, I don't like it. Nah, I think Drake falling off. It's always a conversation with Drake. It's cool. When you're number one, they're supposed to talk about everything about you. That's how it goes. But it defeats the purpose of what y'all were claiming in the get-go. He's a cancer. He's a sickness. He lost. He this. In the history of any sport, have we ever covered the loser like this? Let's care about what the loser is saying now. No. After Meek got his ass whipped by Drake, we didn't give a fuck what he did. Go buy 30 rollies. We don't care. But Drake moves are being micromanaged. Oh, is he still on it? Is he still this? Just admit you fans already. You a fan. Because Kendrick's on a whole record-breaking tour, and there's nothing to talk about. Oh, he does the same show every night. Nothing to talk about. And this is the problem with all y'all media niggas. Y'all act like y'all are above the fray and on some holistic shit. Let's all shut the fuck up. We are here to get clicks and views. And until you get off that soapbox acting like y'all real hip-hop, that's why we look at y'all like clowns. Drake gonna give us some shit to talk about. I hear his next record, and I'm trying not to get no info. I hear the next one we gonna talk about, but I don't know. He gonna give us some shit to talk about. Go talk about the other nigga. I don't want to talk about him. He's not that interesting to me. Go talk about, oh shit, did y'all see him come out of the car in this segment of the show for this time and he had this chain on? Y'all not doing that no more? Go do that. Leave Drake alone. We, his fans, are perfectly okay with what he's got going on. We're excited. Get your bitch ass out of here. Sure, he lost. Leave. Peace. But here's the problem. Did you really lose if they can't stop talking about you more than the winner? If they run up to you, if it's a post-game interview and they're running up to you to hear what you got to say more than the people who won, did you really lose at all? I've always said this about people like Ebro and those people of that ilk. They put more energy. And by the way, when people say, Ak, why are you number 2? Last year I was number 1 media personality. This year I'm number 2. I think next year, I think we're going to be good. You know why? Niggas, let me tell you this. Your haters give you the most amount of energy. A hater watches 5 times. A fan watches once or twice. The hater going to watch 5 times to see something he don't like. Then he going to talk about it. Then he going to tweet about it. Then he going to go hard about it. The hater works a full-time job. Your fan works part-time. Remember I told y'all that. Why am I listen, I was number 1 last year on the media list. This year I'm number 2. You know, every time I see them talk about me, it's usually such extremes. So I hate this nigga, he's running hip-hop. It don't matter. When you saw the list, everybody else, no matter what their ranking was, you had no problem with it, but you were triggered by Ak. Okay. I'm going to give you some more shit to be triggered by. It's okay. I've always told you, put like this, that bum-ass nigga Freddie Gibbs was goating me. He was baiting me to try to give him some type of response. We about to get his first week sales. They're nothing. I said to myself, even my people told me, yo, Ak, come on. I know you want to go off on this bitch-ass nigga Freddie, but don't do it. He needs some sales. I said, the same I did to Lil Baby, the same I did to Meek, and the same I'll do to him. When a nigga first week is in the wins, I won't throw you a lifeline even if you're drowning. Let them sales come in first, and then we'll talk. You don't talk about the shit you don't like. How are all these media personalities who claim they don't like Drake, Drake's a cancer, Drake's this, Drake that, they always talking about the nigga? I don't know what the fuck Kendrick got going on now, and I don't give a fuck. Not like I hate him. But I'm not going out of my way because I don't like him like that. It seems like the niggas who claim they don't like Drake have the biggest opinions. Starting with Ebro.
50 years, man, or plus. Right. Like, we're talking about something that we love and care about.
This other no-name nigga is a hater, too. Never been on a media list. I seen him have my name on Twitter. Trying to gargle my balls. I had to kick this bum-ass nigga away. Get your saucy Santana ass the fuck away from me, nigga. Go make a name for yourself.
Plus, like, we're talking about something that we love and care about. I'm not just talking about comments and fans and fucking trolls and all this other bots and all this other stupid ass shit. We're talking about fucking, and even during the whole rollout. Yeah. And I hate going back to the beef, but guess who keeps bringing the fucking beef up? Who said we wasn't gonna be talking about this summer, but guess what the fuck we're talking about, man? So we're not supposed to bring that up either? We're just supposed to ignore. Right. We're supposed to act like these things don't happen because you're popular? Come on, man. That's whack, B. For fucking 50 years, man. Or